Hey, welcome back to MobilityWOD. Games are coming up. So we think your dance is on. You know, we've got Just Dance on the Wii on. This is Michael Holmgaard from Denmark. One of the things we're always looking at is how do we improve the performance of our athletes. And, specifically the shoulders. What I want to talk to you about today is he's trying to make a run for it. He can't beat the K-Star. The crowd is on the K-Star. Let's finish it. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. What you got? There we go. Come on, Mike. What you got? I'm perfect.
I'm good.
Oh, what's going on? Okay, come on with me. Come on, Mike. Follow us. Grab that roller, would you? Keep staying. All right, come on. Oh, look. What I want to talk to you tonight is kind of about, prioritizing shoulder work. When an athlete has a shoulder problem, first thing we want to take off the back is, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm a pro.
I know. You okay?
Okay.
That's right. Bam! That just happened. All right, we want to just make sure that when we ever have a shoulder problem, the first thing you think of is, hey, I go after the thoracic spine. Yeah. And when we see specifically thoracic mobility and the rib mobility, it's the easiest way to start to address all of the kind of regions. And if you look at creating a stable flat platform, if I'm stiff or stuck in a bad position, a little bit rounded slightly, man, it makes it difficult to recruit my shoulder, put it in a good position. Internal rotation, a lot of the pulling mechanisms, lower thoracic mobility, upper business, higher thoracic mobility. So when we see kind of high stiff ribs, we're dealing with overhead and benching problems, and then low ends up being a lot of the pulling, dipping problems. So here's what I want to do. When you have an athlete with a shoulder problem, take this off the bat. The easiest thing, we're going to work kind of way down to specificity, is to jump on a roller of some sort. So go ahead and land your back, Michael. I want to show you a couple things we've been dinging with. So the easiest thing is to have the athlete cross their arms, roll back and forth, and this is gross. Everyone should be doing this at some point. Go slow. Now, the easiest thing to do is seesaw back and forth, but what I really want him to do is start to go side to side and even start thinking about twisting, adding a little mobility of kind of lateral motion in there, and then even just working on the kind of rib cage itself. Now, because that's not his problem position, I also want him thinking about going overhead. So he grabs the arm, belly stays tight, and now he can block over the roller and then create more thoracic extension. If I was a super friend, I'd anchor his rib cage down and pull this way. So what's happening is that he can basically create a fulcrum, improve that mobility right over the middle. Now, check this out. Go ahead and lift your butt up high. Put your hands on the ground, arms straight behind you. Check this out. I anchor your hands down. Now lower your belly. Oh, how's that? Hey, look at that pain face. That's +1 for Kelly. And what's happened is that we're mobilizing from the other side, so we can create that thoracic extension on the other side. And you feel that kind of in the rib bits, yeah? You catch that serratus and some of that intercostal stuff, which also gets short from the front. It limits those positions, and so he can really use a snarl there. That's awesome. That's called the Danish snarl. So easy way to work on it. He can grab the bar over his head, but either working on from the top, over the top, kind of going over, or block and go ahead and come down from the other side. Does that make sense? All right, kick that thing out of there. Everyone should have one of these. Anything works. Second piece, a little bit more specific. The double across ball gives us a little bit kind of more pinpoint. So if I know that I have a sticky segment, for me, I'm always tight kind of mid-back here, and so this allows me to go ahead and lay back on that. A little bit more definitive kind of small anchor spot. When we have neck problems, the first thing we do in our gym, in our clinic, even Yami would agree, is we clean up the thoracic spine, improves the head positioning. So I can find that, again, I do the same thing, anchoring back and forth, rolling side to side. This is painful for rolling, isn't it? So don't roll on this guy, the double. Just pick a spot and then try to break yourself over it. Good, and then if you're a super friend, you just can kind of come over and just crush that. Oh, baby, take it! So just had my way with you again, just like in Just Dancing. And then just side to side, and then oscillating back and down. Now, when we have big, strong guys, we've said in the past, we've taken the big, heavy ball, roll that over the chest. Okay, so now we're working back towards kind of smaller. And don't be afraid to kind of really explore the bits. The idea is to stay on a place till you make change. Finally, going after the ribs. So we start with anchoring high, and decide what you're going to do. There are too many ribs, too much time. I have an overhead problem, higher thoracic segments, kind of an internal rotation hang-low problem, lower rib segments near the kind of the base of the scapula there. Okay, so let's go just overhead, and then just hang out there. And it's about mobilization with movement. He snarled again.
Yeah.
Pain face, he can't help it. He needs more aquavit and more dancing. The idea, though, is I want you guys thinking that when you have an athlete with a shoulder problem, this is such an easy fix. Athletes will understand and be able to test, retest if this is simple. If you're going overhead for the day, this still fits in our schema. It's appropriate to do before you exercise. This is not a, hey, I'm exercising, I need to stretch end range and destroy myself. I will improve my positioning. I will not diminish my capacity to generate force. In fact, I'll have to generate less force because my position went better. Make sense? 3 ways to kind of titrate that down, improve your dancing. We'll see you at the games.